Hi guys, thank you for checking out my video. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a Star of David pendant. This is made with 4mm bicone crystals. You can make it with 3mm, it will be a little bit smaller. But today I'm actually going to show you guys how to make it with 6mm bicone crystals. You could do it with any size really, depending on how big you want your pendant. But I'm going to show you with the big one so you could see a little bit better what I'm doing. Supplies that I use is a needle, anything that's you're gonna be able to fit 10-pound test fishing wire. That's all I use, 10-pound test. You could use the monofilament illusion cord. This is fine. That's what I used with this one. It's up to you. Whatever you have is fine. And I'm going to show you right angle weave with a needle, with a single right angle weave technique. If you looked at my other videos, my heart video or my cross video, though that is a right angle weave, but I'm doing it with two, like crisscrossing. Like I put a bead on the right side, a bead on the left, and then a bead, and then I crisscross. That's right angle weave technique with double cords. This one here I'm doing with a single right angle weave cord. So let's get started. We're going to put 4 beads on the needle. And then at one point, just so you know, I'm going to speed up the video a little bit because I don't want to bore you. You're going to need, also with the Swarovski crystal, I didn't tell you how many you need. You need 98 of these, but I'm going to put the supplies in the description. So you're going to need 98 4mm or 5mm or 3mm bicone beads. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with 4 on your needle. You're going to bring it down to the end. And then you're going to tie a knot or a double knot. And then you could dab a little glue on that knot, which I recommend if you're going to do a double knot. I would definitely dab a little glue on here just to secure it. You're going to go through one of the beads just to hide that knot. And then you're going to go up through another bead just to get into position, because you're going to actually see this is one square. They call it a square. It does look like a square when you hold it like this, but this is what we're doing. We're going to make 23 of these squares. Let me zoom in and show you. So we're going to make 23 of these squares. Right now my thread is coming out of the left side of the bead. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to string on 3 beads, and this is going to be considered the 4th bead. It's already on here. So I'm going to take 3 beads and I'm going to loop it around. I'm going to go in through the opposite side. So let me show you how that's done. I'm going to put this down for a second. And I'm going to pick up 3 beads. And my thread is coming out that way, so I'm going to loop it around and we go in the opposite way. And pull. And now I have 2 squares. So now my string is coming out here. I need to get it into position so that I can go ahead and do another square. So to get into position, I'm going to go up the side. Let me lay this down here. So my string is coming out of this here. Let me zoom in. I'm going to get into position for my next round. So I'm going to go up the bead and then over and out to get into position. So let's do that. We're going to go up. I'm going to hold it in my hand because it's actually easier. So I went up, and now I'm going to turn it around here, and I'm going to go through the top. So now I'm in position. I'm in position now to do my next round. And I'm going to cut the tail off because the tail gets in my way. So here we go. We have 2. We're in position here because here's where the string is coming out. I'm going to pick up 3 beads. I'm going to go in the opposite way where my string is coming out. and I'm going to loop it around. See how it comes together? Now my string is coming out here, so now I need to go into position. So I need to go up this side bead here. Oops, that happens. So you go up the side bead and then across. And now I'm in position to do another round. Pick up 3 beads. And go in the opposite side. Pull. Get into position again, so you're going to go up the side bead and across the top. And now I'm in position to do another one. So let me just show you how to count the beads to see how many rounds, because like I said, you're going to need 23 of these, and this is where I'm going to speed up the video. So to count how many rounds you have, you just go along the sides. You count the bicones that are on the side edges, and that's how you count it. So let's go. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 so far. I don't know if you saw the needle, but let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now we have one more round to do, and then we've reached the point where we're going to make points. Okay, let's get into position for what we're going to do next, because we have to attach this end. We have to attach this end to this end to make a circle. So how we do that is you have your string coming out this way, the top. So I'm going to add 1 bead, and I'm going to, on the same side where my thread is coming out, I'm going to go through the first bead that I added before when we first started the project. I'm going to go through that bead. I'm going to add another bead, and I'm going to bring it through that bead, the first bead that I just ended with on the project. And then I'm going to pull, and I'm going to bring the pieces together. Okay, so the pieces are being brought together right now, nice and tight. Here we go. Now you have a circle. Pieces are together. So now to get into position to start making the point, this is what you do. You're coming out of this 1 bead here, and to get into position, let me see if I can zoom in and you can actually see what I'm doing. So you're going to go, to get into position, you're going to go through this 1 bead. I hope you can see that. You're going to go through that bead right there, and now I'm in position to make a point. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to pick up 1 bead. There, you're going to pick up 1 bead on your needle. You're going to skip 2 beads. So here's your string. You're going to skip 2 beads, this one and this one, and you're going to go through the 3rd bead. So you pick up a bead, skip 2, go through the 3rd one, and then you pull. So now you have your string that's coming out of this bead here. The one that you just added is in the middle, and the one that your string was coming out is here. So you're going to now pick up 2 beads, and you're going to go around through those 3 beads. So if you're coming out of this bead here, you're going to count back 3. The one that your string is coming out of, the bead you just added, and the one that you started with, and you're going to go back through those 3 beads to form a loop, like a circle. So when you pull that together, when you pull it nice and tight, there's your first point. So now we're just going to repeat that, and what you do to get into position always, when your string is coming out here, you're going to go through the next bead. Go through the next bead, and now you're in position to start that process over again. So let me see if I can put this down and zoom in, and maybe you can see it a little bit better. So I'm in position, my string is coming out of this bead here. I'm going to pick up one bead. I'm going to skip 2 beads, and I'm going to go through the third. I'm going to pull it, and you get a little bit of a point right here. So now I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to count back from where my string is coming out of. That's 1 bead, the one that I added, and the one that I started with, and I'm going to go through those 3 beads. I'm going to pull that, and there's my second point. To get into position, I go through the next bead, and now I'm ready to pick up a bead. I'm ready to skip 2 beads, 1, 2, and I'm going to go through the third. I'm going to pull that. I'm going to pick up 2 beads. I'm going to count back 3, the one that I'm coming out of, the one that I just added, and the one that we started with that was in position, and I'm going to go back through those 3 beads. If you can get it all in one shot, that's fine. If you can't, you could just, go through them one at a time if you need to. So now I have 3 points. To get into position, I go through the next bead. Now that I'm ready, I'm in position to take another bead. I'm going to skip 2, go through the third. I'm going to pull that to form a little bit of a point. I'm going to pick up 2 beads, count back 3, which is the one that I'm coming out of, the one that I added, and the one that I was in position, and I'm going to go through those 3 beads. And I'm going to pull. Get into position. And I am ready to do another point. So now we're in position to pick up a bead. We're going to skip 2 and go through the third. We're going to pick up 2 beads, count back 3, the one that the string is coming out of, the one that we just added, and the one that we were in position. And you're going to go back through those 3 beads. I'll show you how to do it one at a time because I can't right now go through all 3 at the same time, which I've been doing the whole time. So just to show you, here's one, the one that we just added, and then the one that the string was coming out of. Pull that, and now you have another point. Get in position to do this again, so you go to the next bead, pull it. You're going to pick up 1 bead, you're going to skip 2 and go on the third. You're going to pick up 2, count back 3, the string that you're coming out of, the one that you just added, and the one that you were in position before. You go through all 3. One, 2, 3. Pull it, and there you have your Jewish star. You have your Star of David. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn the piece around to the back, and we're going to add a bead in between each point just to reinforce it, make it nice and strong. So what you're going to do is you're going to try to get this string to the back. So you have a bead facing that way. So what you can do is you're going to go through it, and you're going to turn your piece around, and you're going to pull that. I don't know how I just got stuck. I did. I just got a little knot. Just get that. Okay. Okay, so we're going to pull this. Okay, so now we're on the back side of the bead. And how we're going to do this, let me see if I can zoom in here and you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so you're coming out of this bead here. So what you're going to do is you want to go up a bead, so you're going up 1 bead, you're going to add a bead, and you're going to come down on the other side a bead. So this is one, let me see if I can put this down. You're going up this bead, adding a bead, and you're going to come down this bead. And then when you pull it, you're making the point like tighter. So what you're going to do is that you can do that around each point. So you turn your piece around, you're going to go up a bead. I hope you can see this. It's kind of hard to zoom as close. You're going to go up a bead, you're going to add a bead, and then you're going to go down a bead on the opposite side, which is, if you're coming out here, the opposite side is right here. So you're going to go down that bead. You're going to pull this tight. You're going to turn it around down to the next point. You're going to go up a bead, you're going to add a bead, and you're going to go down a bead on the opposite side. Turn it to the next point. You're going to go up a bead, you're going to add a bead, and you're going to go down a bead on the opposite side. Turn it. Whoops. You're going to go up a bead, you're going to add a bead, you're going to go down a bead on the opposite side. Turn it around, this is the last one. You're going to go up a bead, you're going to add a bead, and you're going to go down the opposite side through the bead. And then you're going to pull it tight. Not too tight, but you pull it. So now you've reinforced the bead, the piece. Now what I do to make it, it's still a little flimsy, is you're just gonna take your string and you're just gonna go around the piece as many times as you want, as you know, as however tight you want it. And then what you can do when you're all finished is you could add a seed bead bail, or if you have a pinch clasp, that's fine, or a pinch bail, you could do that. To add the seed bead bail, all you would do is you would find a point, you put your string through it, you add your seed beads, and you loop back around, and then you have your seed bead bail. And that's it. I hope you liked this video. Hope it was easy to follow. Yeah, if you have any comments, just leave a comment. If you have any questions, same thing, just leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Have a blessed day.